So hi everybody and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 full game tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 83 and in this video we continue with our throw stone. We finished the footsteps here and yeah, let's get into it. So we have to do now what? First of all, let me show you where we are so you can see
if I find this
that we have. So we have created this tentacles which comes out of the ground. Then we have created this grabbing a stone, and then we have also created this throwing a stone, and we throw the stone so that the tentacles should be lured this way. And then we have also created this one. We have not created, but this one we will create today so that the tentacles goes down and comes up here. And this one is very easy to create, and let's get into it. All right. So with that said, what we have to do is, first of all, we find our character, in my case, and then here I have the implementation. Of course, these implementations need to be later coordinated a little bit more correctly, I would say, because right now I have just created the functions which I need, and later I have to, yes, adjust it so that it works together. But right now, let's just create the thing how the tentacles goes down. And we have already created this, by the way. We have here already one of my last videos made a function where the tentacle goes up, and then we created here a custom event where the tentacle goes down. And now we are using just this function, so we are not creating this tentacle function from scratch. And that's nice about functions, we can reuse them. The only thing what we have to do is to reuse them. Instead of pressing the UK, we have to create a custom event. So let's right click on it. You write here custom, oops, sorry. You write here custom event, and then after you have this one, name that what you need. In my case, I called it here, you can see tentacle down. After this one, you connect this one, tentacle down. To this one, you can see we can connect to one function more things. In our case, I will replace this U later, but right now it can stay when I adjust all the code. Right now, I need this tentacle down. So when I call this one here, the tentacles will go down. Nice. So we have spare a lot of work. That's very nice. And now we have to change another function which we already created. The other function which we already created was this tentacle teleport to throw destination. That was the function. Let me show you this one a little bit more correct. That was this function here. So it looks like this. And what we did there is just instead of let me go. So instead of spawning all time the tentacle, we have used here the teleport node, and the teleport node has the advantage you don't need to spawn again and destroy the Kraken if you already have something in your scene. That's why I used here this teleport. So that is the function which we also created in one of my other videos. So this one you should have and understand. It's very simple actually. You just teleport it from one place to another place. And we are extending this function. What I mean extending is just adding here between the start point and the teleport point another code segment. And this is this code segment. So let's disconnect this one here. And let's get started. So what we are doing is we want, because here the tentacle should, after it goes down, it should just teleport to the other place, right? That's our goal. So this one we can reuse again. Very nice. We reuse code. We don't have to work again. The other thing what we have to do is how it goes down. So, and that we also just made. We just said, okay, we reuse the function here, and we created here the custom event, so we can call this one and it will go down. So we made a lot of work very easy, which we are doing now. So here is the key binding. When I throw the stone, I just call tentacle down. You can see that was the custom event which we just created here, and it will call this function which says the tentacle will go down. So that's all it normally. So this is the way how the tentacle goes down, but you can see already I have here a little bit more code, and the thing what I added, which is not perfect, which we have still to adjust later, is I want create also a sound. the sound is, you know, all time when our monster worm is coming, it makes this scream sound, and we already have this sound here. I just copied it from here top, one of this sound notes. I selected this both, Control C. If you don't have this, you can just say here play sound. You can make also this one play sound 2D at location or what you like. If you give a location, then you have to provide a location. If you just make this one, what I did, play sound. Normally play sound at location is better because it gives a better, yeah, it can be better because it's more realistic that the sound comes from a certain point. So we should use probably this one. Let's try play sound at location. The problem is here now you need the location of the Kraken, which means we have already a reference here anywhere. I think here is this one. So you get just the reference and just get actor location. So you see it's very easy to get here also the location. So I changed this one here from that one. This is just play in general. This is just play with a sound, and you can see I still have here one more note. This is the sound volume multiplier, which I have here too. Of course, when you extend here this down arrow, you can see sometimes they have here this down arrows, and if you extend them, they are have more options. In my case, I have to extend this, but before we extend this, we have of course give here the right sound. In my case, it's the scream sound here. I have it here selected. I press here the back key, or you just find it here in the sounds what you need. So then I have added this one, and let's change the volume as well. And you can see normally I don't need this note here, because when I extend this one here, I have here already the values, and this one can be a hard value. Normally you hear all time, hey, hard values are bad, you should make a variable, but that's not all time true. You make only variables when you change the values. You don't make variables when you don't change the values. So in my case, I will probably never change this value, only for test purposes perhaps, but never in game. Then you don't make variables. That's just a waste. So you can see this one here would be a waste. So just I just change here directly value, and by the way, it's here 1 0. Here's also 1 0, so I don't have to change anything. I can just use this one. Perfect. So with that said, we get closer to our finish line, but there is one more thing which you have to consider when you make something like that. When the tentacles goes down, they have a time, because this one calls here our custom event, and the custom event here, tentacles down, calls this timer event. And when you have a timer, it means you can't just go to the next place here, because that would just teleport immediately without playing the sound. Let me demonstrate you this fast. It's not very difficult, so that you understand this more in detail. So when I play here,
let's see if I find
you can see now I can first of all I spawn the Kraken, then I grab the stone, then I throw the stone, and now I press P, and you can see the sound is the teleport here is immediately there, right? And that is not what we want. And anyhow, why it's not coming up, I don't know, but we will see in a moment. So the problem is we need to change this, and how we change this, we have to add a delay, and the delay is already here in this timer. You have just to see how much time you set for this one to go down or up. In my case, I can see it here. When the timer is greater 4, then I will clear the timer. So I can see in my case 4 seconds. And then I just made a simple solution. I don't know if this is all time good to use a delay, but in my case, I said just use a delay here. So let's make a delay. And then let's say here 4 seconds, because that's the timer need to go down. But of course you can adjust all these values. These are just prototype values, which means we just try to make it, and if it works, it's perfect. So I think that's all what I needed so far. Compile, save. It wasn't working there before, but we will see why. And now let's see what happens. So let's do this again, play again.
Let's see if I find
from here. Let's spawn our Kraken, which should be there. Then let's grab a stone. Let's throw it to this tubes because I want to lure them there. And then I press here my P. And now you can see it goes down with the sound. And after the sound, it should pop up there. And yeah, now it works anyhow. I didn't know why it works not before, but it was anything strange. But you can see that was what we wanted. And I think that's it for this video. And in our next video, I think I have to adjust all the code now. And after this one, we want, of course, create an explosion here because we will shot with our gun here to these tubes. And then we will create here an explosion. And then we have also add, yeah, then this the worm or whatever will die. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff. With that said, I think I stop here. If you have any questions, any comments, like all time, write in the comment section. And by the way, I forgot to say Happy New Year because it's a little bit late because we are already on the second day, but I created no videos during the change. So still, Happy New Year, have fun, and see you next. Bye.